Happy Saturday, and welcome to another edition of Redneck Tailgators, episode 3. We're titling this episode today, Paw Paw's Shirts. We're live again from beautiful Fredericksburg, Fritchtown, Texas today, and we did another wild pig hunt this morning. Wasn't going to do a pig hunt. I was going to do actually a dove hunt on a public land in Mason, Texas. 46 bucks when you get your regular super combo or your hunting license, gets you this book in the mail. It's got public land opportunities all over the state of Texas. Some of them are really no bueno for caca, but the one in Mason is really good. I've been dove hunting for 3 years. I actually hunted it I did the opener in Round Mountain episode 1, and during the week I hunted it once and I got like 5 birds, had to work hard for them. But my buddy called me this week and said, hey, Mason Mountain is dried out now. There was a lot of sunflowers in. He said there's lots of sunflowers, lots of birds. So I was going to do that this morning. But I checked the cameras this week and I saw that the pigs were back. Man, they were like Sam Ellinger looking in the camera. We're back. So guess what? I'm back. I couldn't resist coming back and hunting wild pigs. I also was this close to going to Austin for Sam Houston. I almost got free tickets and it just didn't quite work out. So anyway, I promise we're not going to do Fredericksburg every weekend. We're going to have a hunt in beautiful Kentucky, a wild white-tailed deer hunt in Kentucky, and then we're going to do a 2-day podcast where we're going to try to tailgate at UT at Kentucky and do a hunt at my real good friend's Kentucky ranch. And then also we got a hunt booked, axis hunt in the future booked in Brady. So we're going to mix it up, do some different venues, and we're excited about these opportunities. So that all being said, I have some housekeeping notes. I've got 2 apologies. First, I want to apologize for last week. I originally said I was going to try to keep it to 7 to 10. Well, I went 12 minutes last week. I think I need to reset the expectations and kind of shoot for 10 to 13 to 14 minutes. I'm going to still try to keep it short. Hopefully y'all can hang in there that long. Also, you may have figured out by now I'm a low-tech redneck, and we didn't have the camera horizontal last week. It really needs to be horizontal, and that way you get rid of that black border. So that will never happen again. My good buddy from Texas Hog Barrels, Brantley Waits, texted me and said, hey, horizontal, YouTube, vertical, Instagram. And I said, roger that. So anyway, hey, if y'all see something I'm doing wrong, message me, subscribe and message me. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. I'm going to try to stay away from politics. I can't get away from my faith because that's who I am. But anyway, if I'm doing something that's can get me kicked off, just give me a heads up. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Anyway, my last housekeeping note is I'm going to try to plug as many businesses, contractors, human beings as I can, and I'm always going to do the thumbs up when I do a plug. So look for the thumbs up. We did 2 plugs on the first episode, Ashton Woods and Farrell Cone. Last week, I think we did 4 plugs, actually. We did Farrell Calhoun again. We did our title sponsor, Texas Hog Barrel. I plugged Mummies, Applecorn, and then the Hog Attractant. And I think I had another plug in there. So our record was 2, and then we broke it last week with 5 on our second episode. So anyway, if you want your message here on this platform, message me, subscribe. I will plug your business. If you want to send one of your best sales reps here to do a demo, we'll do demo. We'll have fun with this. We want to help you win. So message me and say, hey, I want to be on your podcast. If you have a ranch and you've got too many pigs and you need some help, we need a venue. We'll come harvest your pigs. We'll stick them. We'll do hog barrel. We can even do traps. If you want us to do homemade traps and trap them and take them off, we'll do that. We'll share the meat with you. Anyway, just reach out to us, message me, and make your requests known, and we will do our best to take care of you. Also, I just want to tell a quick story to show how much of a low-tech redneck I am. This has been about 5 years ago. Our neighbor, Roy, his mama cat dropped 5 kittens on our carport. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna have Rocky Horror Kitten Show again. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but we've had on several occasions these kittens get up in your car. You turn on the car and it is Rocky headquarters, so it's not pretty. We didn't want this to happen again. So I messaged old Roy and I said, hey Roy, your mama cat dropped 5 kittens on our carport. And he said, well, by God, son, you got a problem on your hands. And I said, yes, we do. And I said, you know, I've been looking at this Facebook and I think this is a good opportunity to get rid of these kittens. He said, well, by God, you better pack a lunch. My neighbor wasn't really Roy D. Mercer. His name is really Roy, but I like to throw a little humor, try to make this podcast as humorous as possible. But anyway, so I get on Facebook, and I was real proud of myself, being the low-tech redneck that I am. I got signed up all by myself with no help. And right off the bat, this 70-year-old blue-haired lady messages me and says, Jody, are you single? I'm like, oh, no. No, I'm not single. At the time, I was married like 18 years. I'm happily married to Lindsay. She goes, well, Sonny boy, you need to get on there and put married on your profile. I said, yes, ma'am, I'll do it right now. So I get on there. I get married on my profile, and I'm like, oh, relieved, go to bed that night. I wake up the next day, and I've got 30 messages from friends and family, and they're like, what's wrong with Lindsay? Did you get divorced? I didn't get an invite to the wedding. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, this went from just trying to get rid of 5 kittens to getting hit on by 70-year-old blue hairs to me getting a divorce, man. Divorce is not in me and Lindsay's vocabulary. So anyway, moving on. That was a fiasco, and I should have packed my lunch and I didn't. But anyway, talking about this hunt this morning, I sat at the front door tripod. Oh, by the way, I'm doing this myself in one take. Tripod there, duct tape onto an igloo. I can't afford Yeti, so igloos is what we're running with today. But anyway, anytime I get a tripod, me being the redneck in them, I'm excited. I sat in a tripod here, only 5 deer this morning. Acorns, acorns, acorns. Typically at front door, we're gonna see 15 to 20 deer. People are already messaging me, where's your footage? You know, footage to get a live hunt and a live harvest just doesn't happen every time, and that's why they call it hunting. Quick story, Jordan Shipley, Longhorn legend, several years ago, he got an invite by pastor coach Rodney McGee. This is Stephen McGee's dad. Stephen played at A&M football. And he invited Jordan Shipley to come share his faith journey. So he comes and talks to the men at the church. It was really cool. And, you know, he had an illustrious high school career, broke records, then went to UT, in my opinion, the best receiver to ever lace him up at UT. Goes on to NFL, has an injury-plagued career in the NFL. Retires from the NFL, and then he gets the opportunity to take Jeff Foxworthy's place on Hunting Channel. So he's telling us his story. He said, man, you think I'm living the dream. Well, he was hunting in some state, Missouri, Montana, I don't know, Wyoming, where they don't have the numbers that we have here in Texas. And he said he had to get up every day for like 23 days. They were after this one beautiful buck. And this is getting up every day, grinding, 5 a.m., camera crew, everything. And they don't have a lot of deer. So there's days you're getting up, you're not seeing a tail. And finally, day 23, he sticks this nice buck. It all worked out. Camera crew got it on film, and he was done. But man, he lasted a couple years doing that, and then he went on to Longhorn Network and did that for a couple years. Now he's selling ranches all over the hill country. But anyway, that being said, if you want me to see some footage like of this morning's hunt, I can do that. Part of the 5 deer I saw were 2 young bucks, a 6 and an 8. They came in and they sparred a little bit, nothing serious. It was really cool to watch. I think they were more kind of helping each other get their velvet knocked off their horns. That was cool. So I can send you footage on that. Just send me your message me and subscribe, and I can send that to you. I wanted to plug my weapon I was hunting with this morning and last weekend, but it was too close to the Charlie Kirk assassination, and I needed to be sensitive. But anyway, this is an Air Force air rifle. The beautiful thing about this is when you're hunting whitetail deer and the pigs show up, it's got a silencer on it, and you're not doing all that banging, stirring up your whitetail. It shoots a slug, and it's a 457 240 grain slug. Man, this slug will get her dead. Get her dead is what Festus Hagen used to say on Gunsmoke. It'll get the job done. Anyway, that's what I was hunting with this morning. I just didn't get to pull the trigger. But going back to Charlie Kirk, I'm going to go a little longer today because I got to get something off my chest. Prayers going out to his family, to the Kirk family. But man, we got to do something different in this country. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. We need to fine-tune our prayers to our youth that are really struggling in mental illness. We can all play a part in this. I feel like today's my 54-year-old birthday. I don't want to talk about that. It's just another day. But if every 54-year-old man and woman in this country would go look for a child out there that's struggling, and you can see it in their eyes. You know, my wife teaches public school, and she has kids that she gives hugs to, sideways hugs to, and you can tell these kids, they haven't had a hug. They don't know what a hug is. And, you know, these kids are hurting. I pray that the good Lord would send these people, these kids in your path, and each of us needs to do our part and disciple a child. Take them hunting. Take them fishing. Put the phones away. Let's go back to the old school. You know, 50 years ago, you weren't hearing about all this. I know y'all are going to say, well, we didn't have social media. You hear of everything now because everything with social media blows up. Well, I still say and argue that statistically we didn't have this much school shootings and things of that nature. It's because we didn't have cell phones. Kids went out and played. We need to get back to our old school roots. We need to get back to old time religion, man. We need to reach out to these kids, mentor these kids, disciple these kids. If you're not a Christian, mentor these kids. Hopefully we'll do our jobs as Christians and share the gospel with them down the road, but you can share wisdom and get them on the right track. We need to do this. You know, we can get out of our comfort zone, get to know the parents. The cool thing is you can sell it like this. You can have a date night when I take little Johnny fishing. Spouses, we need to date. You need to date your spouse till you go to the grave. Man, we need to date our spouses, and they can go have a wonderful date. You can take little Johnny, hug his neck, tell him stories. We just need to tell him stories. Man, sometimes depending on the relationship, they may need some tough love, a swift kick in the butt. But we need to step up, and we all need to band together, and we need to do this. I think we can really, really make a difference. That's all I got to say about that. My 54th birthday today, I told my wife, can you just go get me 2 Paw Paw shirts? And you say, what is a Paw Paw shirt? Well, I'm going to show you what a Paw Paw shirt is. This is a genuine Paw Paw shirt. Notice the 2 pockets, the pearl tabs. I think you call them tabs. The buttons, pearl buttons. Man, it's Wrangler. There's a little plug for Wrangler. My Paw Paw, I can see him now. He was a ranch hand. And he'd come home from working the ranch all day, sweat running down his neck. His Paw Paw shirt was wet. And he'd go in, get him a glass of tea, sugar piled up about that high on the bottom. He had 3 gardens, kind of wrapped around the house like a broken U. He had a garden here, carport, garden here, and then another garden here. He'd work the garden. Man, I remember as kids, me and my brother and our cousins, we'd get up in the barrel. He had red potatoes stacked up in that barrel, and we'd be on top of those red potatoes, and he'd push us around the garden. And can we please just go back to those days? And we can get there. We just all have to band together. But Paw Paw, man, he was a good one. He'd work all day, come work the garden, then he'd come in, and it was time to cook supper. He'd cook supper. My grandmommy, bless her heart, as she got older, she gained some weight and had a lot of health challenges. So my Paw Paw, if he saw something need to be done, he'd do it. He wouldn't complain. He was a man of faith. He was not a big talker, but he showed his faith with his sweat on his brow and sweat on his Paw Paw shirt. He was one of my first true heroes in the faith. We need more Paw Paws out there. We need more Matt Dillons. And that's why I'm titling this episode Paw Paw's t-shirt. First, I want to talk about plugs. Did I talk about plugs yet? I think I did. But anyway, the first week was our record, 2 plugs, Ashton Woods and Feral Calhoun. Last week, I think we hit 5, a new record, episode 2, Feral Calhoun, Texas Hog Barrel, Mummy's Apple Corn from HEB Hog Wild. And I had someone else in there, I can't remember who it is. But anyway, this week I'm gonna have to plug the company I work for again, Enamelex. Man, this is a phenomenal product. I'm gonna read straight from the website. I'll try to make it fast because I couldn't say it better myself. This is an acrylic polyurethane bonding enamel. It is the next generation bonding enamel that has been formulated for exceptional adhesion and hardness. This premium interior-exterior bonding enamel is made with a unique polyurethane acrylic resin to give the product excellent flexibility, durability, and block resistance. It is recommended for commercial, industrial, and institutional applications where levels of abuse frequently occur. It can be applied over properly primed interior wood, metal, drywall, and masonry surfaces. It is ideal for doors, cabinets, window sills, anywhere a tough product is needed. Come see me. Feral Calhoun Paint, beautiful Kingston, Texas, 440 Highway East 1431. My number is 830-613-4006. Come get a gallon and I will send you on your way and you will come back for more. Feral Calhoun Paint, making the best paint since 1905. Anyway, I think that's it for the plugs today. Last week, I went 9-1. My only loss was the Aggies. I have to say congrats to Coach Elko. I think he's a great coach. I think he's actually going to be able to say, like the Longhorns, the Aggies may say, we're back. Although I don't really think they can say that because they haven't won a natty since 1939, so they can't say we're back. But anyway, great coach. Thank you for what you did for the Kirk family. Obviously, we can't do what he did financially, but again, we can all do our part like we talked about earlier. Today's matchups, Michigan at Nebraska. Nebraska, I'm going to take it home in a rock fight. Matt Rule is a good coach. Everywhere he's been, he's gone to a floundering program and made winners of them in short order. Purdue at the Golden Domers. I'm going to take Notre Dame at home. They are the best 0-2 winless team in the country. Texas Tech at Utah. This is a gut one. I'm going to take Utah at home. It's going to be a rock fight. I think it's going to be a little higher scoring. Oregon State at Oregon. This is a warm-up game at home from Oregon. They're going to get the victory. This is a warm-up for a collision course with Penn State next week. Auburn at OU. This is a dandy. Man, I'm going to have to take OU at home. I like their quarterback, very athletic. Auburn is on the rise, though. If they were in Auburn, I would have to pick Auburn. Both of them play good defense. I'm going to actually pick a score on this one. I'm going to say 28-24 OU at home. Illinois at Indiana. Both teams ranked. Another toss-up game. I'm going to say Indiana at home. Kurt Cignetti, one of those overachieving coaches. He probably will get some big job opportunities, but he may be one of those that's happy at a basketball school with not all the pressure. Florida at Miami. Florida's poor quarterback threw 5 picks last week. Man, that's hard to do against air. I'm taking Miami at home, man. Miami is looking for real this year with Carson Beck at the helm. Michigan State at USC. USC at home. I think the seat is not quite as hot for Lincoln Riley. They're on a roll. Let's see how he does when he starts playing some stiff Big Ten competition. South Carolina at Missouri. South Carolina's quarterback, Lenoris Sellers, got a little dinged up last week. I like Missouri at home. And now, finally, we have Sam Houston at Texas. I'm going to take Texas. I know I'm a homer, but Texas at home. Arch has got to play better. I think we finally figured out he's not hurt. He just grimaces when he throws the ball because he really slings it hard. I just think he needs to get his confidence back. It's that simple. Maybe this is a good game to get his confidence back heading into the swamp next week. That's all I have. We do have Gunsmoke trivia. The trivia question is, which guest actor has the most appearances on Gunsmoke? This is not Chester Good. This is not Matt Dillon, James Arness. This is not Amanda Blake, Kitty, the core actors. This is guest people. Which guest actor has the most guest appearance on Gunsmoke? You get it right, message me, and I will send you a free Farrell Calhoun cap, making the best paint since 1905. We'll see you next week.